You are surrounded by abundance. Breathe it in. It's already yours. The universe is listening. Speak your desires into light. The garden grows because you believe. This is your time. Welcome to Manifestation Monday. Hello there, my darlings. Welcome to Manifestation Monday. I am Lady Zelda, and we are here to have some fun. I've got to tell you, it has been a day, hasn't it? But I am so glad to see you all. And we are here for Manifestation Monday. We will be talking about some other things because I will be going live at 8:30 tonight. So let's save all that other good stuff. Today is Manifestation Monday, and I have something to share with you that I haven't shared with too many. And I thought, you know what? I think it's time. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm seeing all your comments. I'm just so happy that you're here. And now I'm going to tell you, I am sorry that I missed the 1 o'clock manifestation live. Because this morning, even though I had my HVAC serviced last week, it went out today. And thank God it wasn't hot, but it's been rainy and sort of cloudy, possible tornado-y. So I thought, okay, we'll move it to 7 because I think everybody else is going to be really busy today. And this is really important. So just so you know, I have a very important, very short video that will be dropping on this channel at 7:30. So just, I'm going to say in another 24 minutes, you're going to see. So I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for all of your beautiful comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'm going to say this. I know all of you have been working very hard, and Mrs. Marie is working on something that you can actually add into your rice jar. In fact, I'm going to tell you this. Mine is getting so full with intentions and lists and money and all kinds of other things. I'm going to have to increase my rice jar, and that happens. And I want to do it before the next moon phase. So I want to welcome each and every one of you to come in. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. Now, I want to share this with you. Okay, so we're just going to keep on track now. It's Manifestation Monday. The other stuff is going to happen at 8:30, and then we're just really going to cover it and talk about it. So there we go. So, my darlings, we are going to be doing this. Here we are. And this requires a very short few seconds of your time. Now, the one thing that I want you to know is that one of the successes of manifestation is when you actually feel it, and you can visualize and you can feel it, and all of these other great things that come along. Now, how do you do that? Well, there's a little technique that I have used many times. I think it's pretty much daily. That gives you that little oomph, that it's okay by me, that little okay. It's 17 seconds. It's the 17-second method. Now, Abraham Hicks did this a long time ago, but now I've added a little twist. And the little twist is here because I think it helps catapult you. So what is 17 seconds? 17 seconds has been regulated so that it is definitely scientifically shown that 17-second continuous thought matches the frequency and the vibration of what it is that you want. That's exciting. Now, I know what you're saying, Zelda. 17 seconds, right? Right. That's just nothing. Oh, wait. Wait until you start doing it and you're going to go, oh, wait a minute. It's been 2 seconds. That's it. I've been doing this and I'm hoping for 17 seconds and it's only 2. So here's how you do it. What you do is you say, this is what I want to do. Now, I'm going to add my own little thing in there, okay? So it takes you up, it's going to elevate you up a notch. And that's what it's all about. What I do is I write an affirmation of what I want. I write it down. So that way I don't get foggy and messed up, because sometimes when you're in the middle of this 17-second period, your thoughts drift. And that's why you have to not be driving when you're doing this. Do not be on, as Melanie says, scaffolding. Do not be driving heavy machinery. I like to do this at night. When everything is just quiet, I turn down my phone, but I turn my timer on. So that way it just gives me a little indication of where I am. Now, what you have to do is I write down an affirmation. As an example, say for instance, I want $50,000 in my bank account. I feel so fantastic because when I look at my bank account, I see $50,000 in there. And as I'm looking at the $50,000, it makes me feel. And you can, and don't put just happy. Don't describe it. I am ecstatic to see that $50,000 is in my bank account. With this $50,000, I will be able to, you can buy a car with $50,000, you can pay off some bills, you can buy groceries for a few neighbors. There's all kinds of things. But here's what makes it work for me. And this is why I want to share it with you. I'm a big person of paying it forward. So as an example, while I'm saying I want $50,000 and I want to see it in my bank account because I'm so excited that it's there. And with that $50,000, I will take $1,000 and go to the grocery store and buy groceries for the older folks that are in line. Or I'm going to take $2,000, go to the grocery store, pick somebody out that's got a lot of kids and say, look, I'm going to give you $500. Go buy your groceries. And let's hope that they don't buy booze and everything else, but usually they don't. Or you can stand up at the checkout, or you can make it your business to go through a drive-through. And you see the people behind you and you get up to the drive-through and say, look, here is XYZ money. Here's $100. Here's $200. Here's $300. I want to buy everybody's lunch in the next 10 cars. Whatever's left, you keep it for you. Now, I've done this. And when you pay this forward like this, it is amazing. Because I want to tell you something. When you are manifesting big things, as in houses, cars, maybe even people, you're going to see how the universe will kind of shift you, just maybe a little bit sometimes. It's not the straight road from point A to point B that maybe sort of kind of we would all like to have. Why? Because there's a lesson in this. And everything we do is a lesson. In order to be promoted in life, we have to take a test. I mean, after all, if you want to graduate from high school, you take a test. If you want to graduate from college, you take a test. If you want promoted at work or you want promoted doing anything else, you take a test and you keep doing it and you keep doing it. And if you don't learn the lessons and you don't pass the test, then you have to go back and do it all over again. That's why it's so important to us to pay attention to the laws of attraction. Because watch what you wish for, because most times you'll get it. And the reason that I'm saying that is because if you start thinking, well, this isn't working. I woke up and I didn't see $500,000 in my bank account. It didn't work. Well, have you ever had $500,000 in your bank account? Have you ever known how that feels? Because there's another part of this, and that is with great blessing comes great responsibility. And you got to keep on track. You got to know how it feels, and you got to maybe work your way up. The first time I became a millionaire, the first time that I became a millionaire, I knew how I'd felt. I made mistakes, you all know. I chose wrong people. Pardon me, let me get a drink. Because you know what? Regardless of HVAC and tornadoes, the pollen is still here. It has not blown away. Pardon me. Thank you. Oh, that's so much better, isn't it? Yes. So when I chose the wrong people, I admit it. I accept responsibility. I made my amends. I learned my lesson. But when I lost that money and my home, my cars, my beautiful clothes, jewelry, you name it, I knew because I remember having someone that I worked with in Nashville call me and say, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? Oh my gosh, what are you going to do? Nothing. What do you mean? What are you going to do? You're nothing. How are you going to get this back again? I will. Well, how are you going to do that? Do you know how hard it is to get $1 million back? Oh my gosh. And it was just like doing everything that they could to discourage me. And finally, I just said, look, it will happen because I know how it feels. What? I know how it feels. I know because when you have money, you're not out buying the Coach bags and the LVs and the bling, and you're not out buying all of this blingy stuff and the fur coats and the big cars and the big houses, because my darlings, old money doesn't do that. And when you become wealthy, you want to be like old money because old money keeps their money. They only invest a little bit. They only share a little bit. And they make sure that it's in places that no one can get to. And that was my mistake. I learned that lesson. And that's why when you are doing the 17-second manifestation routine, that it is very, very important that you stay focused. Write down your affirmation and know exactly what it is that you're going to do when you have manifested your desire. Now, obviously, what happens when, say, for instance, you want to manifest a career? Well, obviously, you can't say, well, I'm going to go to work today and I'm going to pass off my work to someone else, or I'm going to do this. No, that's not reasonable. Because you see, the laws of attraction is all about reasoning and being reasonable. So what happens to this is that if you're manifesting a career, first of all, you got to put to the past what you did in the past. Well, I messed that up. Oh, I can't do that anymore. Oh, they're not going to hire me. Forget it. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. And when I have that new career, or when I have that new employment, or when I have that new job, I'm going to make it a mission to make sure that I make everyone feel special. I'm going to make sure that I help others. I'm going to make sure that if someone comes in some morning and they don't look like they've had a good day, that I will do something small to help them. That's what you do. That's how this is. That's how this works. And believe me, when you pay it forward, it will have a vibration. Have you ever seen when you throw a little pebble into a lake? It doesn't just go plop. You see rings of vibration come out from the little pebble. Now, you throw a big rock, you're going to have big rings. You throw a little pebble, you're still going to have rings. But the idea is you're going to have rings. It doesn't matter what the size. So that's going to resonate out to the universe. And guess what happens? Then you attract it back, because then it's called the laws of reciprocity, or you give and you get. Now, don't give just to get, because it won't work. It'll have the opposite effect for you. You don't want to do that. That's not what it's for. We are supposed to give from our hearts and our minds, because the idea of us being here, this soul, this intellect of the soul, this spirit we have, and these meat suits, we are supposed to be in service to others. Why? Well, so that others can be in service to others, and that others can be in service to others. That's how you do it. So this is, okay, so now we've got that foundation. So tonight, when you go to bed, you can, hold on just a minute, somebody is not feeling well today. Tonight, when you go to bed, you can lay there, close your eyes. Now, this is going to be the hardest thing for your mind. Don't think of all the reasons why it won't happen. Don't think of all the people that are going to interfere. Don't think of any distance. Don't think of anything that has happened that is negative. Think how you will feel when you have it, period. That's it. That's it. That's what you do. But the hard part is staying focused for 17 seconds. Now, when you accomplish that, because what you're going to have to do is start disciplining yourself. And you're really going to have to regulate yourself, because 17 seconds is not a very long time, but it is long enough to know that we need to be in service to others by doing what we need to do. No, sissy. No, I'm sorry. Go. So this is what? 17 seconds. No, sissy. Pardon me. She's supposed to be in the room watching her bird TV. This is little Scooby. All right. So don't start. She's going to have to go in the room and watch her TV in a minute, I think. So here's what happens. You have to feel as though you have it. 17 seconds, you have to control your mind and your thought process, because your thoughts are going to drift. Especially, say for instance, let's just say $1,000. Pardon me, I have to put this little chick in her room. Give me a second. I'll be right. Thank you for that. Okay, I'll tell you what. She's such a lover that even in the daytime when I'm working, I you get it. Just sometimes she watches cat TV. The other ones are there. Shaggy's in there with her. Petey's in there with her. And they all know. Go to your room. Okay, so here's what we want to do. You get into this mindset. Now, when you first start out, it's going to be easy for about 1 or 2 seconds. Remember, you've written down what it is that you want. So don't load up your donkey. Don't load up your list. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. So you sit there, let's just say $1,000. You lay, you sit, you close your eyes and you think, okay, I'm here because I have $1,000 in my account today. Oh, that $1,000 is fantastic. And I know that where there's $1,000, there's more. The universe is good to me. You see how many? Because I'm going to tell you, one thought will layer with another thought. So the universe is good to me. So the universe is sending me $1,000. I know the universe will send me more. This is just the universe has an unlimited bank account. So I can continue to maintain. But I will also help those others that need help too. I'm so excited because now that I have that $1,000, I can help myself. I can help others. And I'm so excited because I know that I'm going to be manifesting more and more and more. When I look at my bank account, it's actually more than $1,000. So now you can see how that works. And when you're quiet and you're starting with 17 seconds, you're going to be tempted to be, I'm so happy. I see $1,000 in my account. But oh gosh, am I'm going to have to share it with somebody? Oh my gosh, what if it doesn't come? What if I plan on this and it doesn't happen? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Time out. You got to start over again. So that's why I've done a little something for you. That's why, my darling, I made a guided manifestation timer for all of you. It will be dropping in 2 minutes. The link will be in the description of this, and then it will be public for True Oracle. You will hear me. Hello, this is Zelda. This is your 17 seconds. Now get this. What will happen is that it would be 17 seconds. Why not go another 17? And then another 17 until all the way you get up to 68 seconds. And you make it to 68 seconds holding that focus and those thoughts, baby, that is going to start manifesting like that. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It's unbelievable how a lot of this can really, really, because once you start doing it, it will get easier for you. But you have to be careful because you can't be telling You can't be telling, and it's, believe me, it's not because you're doing anything illegal, because you certainly are not, but because you don't want all the chatter. You don't want this chatter of, and you know what, my darlings, it just dropped. You don't want all the chatter. You don't want all the ickies happening. Do it. Do it a few times. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play that for you here. If you are home or if you can, and even it'll just give you an idea of what it is. It's like 3 minutes. We're going to play it. Give me a little second. I'm going to cue it up for you. And then you'll know exactly what it is. And then I will be more than happy to take your questions. So here we go, my darlings. Give me a second. I'm going to pull this up for you. And then we're going to see what is happening, because you're going to like it. There's no music in the background, and I would suggest no music. I would suggest no noise. Turn your phone off, turn your TV off. Don't get distracted. Pardon me. Don't get any of that, because the more that you can stay focused, because that's what it's all about. The more that you can stay focused, the better off you're going to be. So here we go, my darlings. Give me a second. I'm going to cue you in, and then I'll be glad to take your questions if you have any. So here we go, my darlings. I can tell the future, but StreamYard sometimes is difficult. All right, here we are. It is called, if you're going to look for it later, it is called your 17-second guided manifestation video. Let me share this with you. Okay. So here you are. You can close your eyes. You can do whatever it is you need to do, but get ready, because here you go. Hello and welcome to your guided, let me start it over for you. Hello and welcome to your guided manifestation 17-second timer. My name is Lady Zelda Kelly. This is your fate and fortune with True Oracle. In this video, you will be guided through 17 seconds of manifestation. This is so you can quietly manifest what it is that you are desiring and what you deserve. We will begin with 17 seconds, and I will continue with 17 seconds until we reach a full 68 seconds. At that point, you will be able to reach full capacity for frequency and vibration. In the future, you may skip this introduction and begin with the 17-second cycle. Also, you may mute the video and begin where it says start, and know each momentum, each milestone that you're making until you are finished. So get ready and let us begin. Remember, do not drive or operate heavy machinery while we're doing this timing exercise. Let's begin. Focus. Focus on what you want. Stay focused. You're almost there. The first cycle is complete. Now, let's do another. Stay focused. Remember what you want. Thoughts will be added to your thoughts. Here is the third cycle. Stay focused. Keep thinking with thoughts being added to your original thought. Soon you will be realizing what you would like to manifest. Here is the last cycle. Keep focusing. You're almost there. Congratulations, my darlings. You have completed 68 seconds of pure focus and meditation for your manifestation. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And please feel free to click the website at the end of this video if you would like more information or to shop at our psychic shop. Thank you again. Wishing you all the best in your manifestation journey. Bye for now. Okay, my darlings. Oh my goodness. Couldn't hardly talk. Okay, my darlings, that's it. So once you get to the point where you don't need me to guide you through there, and you won't have to, once you get to that point, then you can mute the video and you can just kind of peek and say, okay, this is where we begin. Okay, I'm focusing, peek at it. And you don't have to close your eyes, but you can focus on, you'll know. You'll get the 34-second mark and then you'll get to 68 and you'll know you're finished. And that's the cool thing about it. That is going to help you. And as you do this, now I do it maybe 2 or 3 times a day. If I need something, in fact, I did it today and Mrs. Marie did something for me that I thought, oh, wow, okay, now I can do what I want to do. You see, all of this coming through, you can manifest little things, big things. Let me tell you what I did. Pardon me. I'm just kind of one of these gals that you make do with what you got. I don't have to run out and buy something unless I really want to. So I needed a new desk. And I was working on a folding table that really worked out very well. And it just like, it worked out well, except I was growing. I wanted to add my printer. I had another computer. I have a laptop. I have gaming. I have all this stuff, phones. I have iPad, you name it. It was getting too hard to put all this on my table. And I was afraid that it would be too heavy. I mean, what a disaster. Having this be too heavy. Oh, can you imagine my computer and everything? I mean, I've got lights, everything sitting here and having it drop. So I told my son, I said, I'm going to have a new desk or a new table. Get ready, because you're going to have to help me bring it in. And he's looking at me because he knows. And, he just does that. Okay, Mom, just let me know. Because there's no argument. He knows. He's seen it before. There's no argument. There's no any of that. 2 days later, I was taking, because I live in a condo near a golf course and in a student area, and there's all this, a lot of traffic sometimes it goes through here. And I like to take our garbage out because I can get up. I sit too much. As with everything going on, I'm always sitting, and I try to get up once an hour to keep everything flowing the way that it should. So I get up, I take the garbage, I'm going out, and I'm walking to the big garbage bin. All of a sudden, I see these 2 young men at the end of the where do I live? At the end of the building, hello? At the end of the building, and they're coming out downstairs with this big, beautiful maple table. And he looks at me and he says, "Hey, lady, would you like to have this table?" And of course, this stuff always just like, I'm looking like, am I the one you're talking to? And we're laughing because I said, "Well, I don't, what kind of shape is it in? It's not broken or anything." He said, "No." He said, "I bought it brand new when I moved in here. And the place that I'm going, I don't have room for it. And I just don't want to go through selling it. I just don't want to go through." And I was going to put it out here by the dumpster. I said, "Oh, no, sir. You young men need to get it closer to my unit, and then my son and I will go get it." And right now, this table is probably 6 feet. It is maple. It's gorgeous. It's probably 4 foot deep by 6 foot long. The legs are gorgeous and sturdy. And it's mine. And it manifested out of the blue, just like that. So you can see that sometimes the universe will know you don't need money. You don't need money to do a lot of things. 2 days later, this young man is walking outside, and he played baseball for the college team, and he was getting ready to go to another, I guess he was transferring to another university or something. I don't know what it was, but he was outside, and he was standing there with 2 mitts and a ball. And I said, "Hey, how are you? I wanted to thank you again for that table that you sent me." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that's fine." And he said, he said, "Have you seen my buddy?" And I said, "No." I said, I work by my window, but we just don't have a clear view of anything that's going on. I haven't seen him." And I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Well, he was supposed to come here, and we're supposed to toss the ball a little bit to get me warmed up. And I don't have anybody to do that with." And I said, "Oh, I would go get my son, but he's working." And he looked at me and he goes, "Well, you'll do." And I said, "You know what? I will. Hand me one of those gloves." Because he didn't know that I was a second baseman a few years ago. And I said, "Okay, let's go." I said, "Just do me a favor. Don't burn it in there, because my hands can't take it, and I need to use my hands. So don't burn it in there when you toss it to me." And it was so much fun that I was so happy to do that. And it was some exercise, and we had a great time. And he's like, "Wow, you can throw pretty good for," and he almost said, "You can throw pretty good for a girl." And I said, "Yeah, I guess I can I?" So that was a lot of fun. But that was my paying it forward to him. And I told him, I said, "I guess we're even now, aren't we?" And he goes, "Oh my gosh, yes, yes. Are you enjoying the table?" So you see how those things can manifest, and see how it's a give take. And that's what I want you to plan on, because sometimes we don't need money, and the universe will create situations and circumstances. Now, I want you to know that if I went out and bought this table, and I looked online, this table is probably $800 to $1,000 table. And it's got a little scratch on it. I don't care about that. It's functional, but look what the universe can do. Just remember, it is unlimited. You can open up the catalog to the universe. But remember, ask one time. The universe hears you. Think of the universe as your parents when you used to go through the grocery store line, right? And you'd say, Mom, can I have that candy bar? Can I have that candy bar? Can I? And your mom would say, if you ask me one more time, you're not getting nothing. I heard that a lot. So you realize that all you have to do is ask once. Like when I was growing up, I knew that my dad got paid on Friday afternoon. He would be home to milk at 4 o'clock. We would all be ready. When he was done, he would take a bath. We would all go out to eat, and then we would go get groceries. And my mom, bless her heart, she would sit and cut coupons, and she had one of those little red boxes that had 3 little buttons on the top that looked like a trumpet. And we called it the clicker. And she would take her clicker and she would just click, click, going through the store, click, 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 click. She was a mastermind at being able to save money like that. We had a garden. We just didn't want for anything. We knew. We knew. We never had to ask. And if we Monday morning said, hey, Friday night when we go to the grocery store, should we make a list? Should we do that? Already done. Already done. That's how I want you to think about it. I want you to think of the universe as your family, that they're there for your help. They're there to help you. The universe is all encompassing, but always remember it is like a GPS. You can put the directions into a GPS, but it may send you in a different direction if you're not careful. And you got to stay on top of it. Ask one time and don't assume that the universe will know how you feel or will understand if you ask for the wrong thing, because it doesn't work that way. The universe is energy. That's it. That's it. Your thoughts become things. That's why you have to be careful. That's why when I had a client a few years ago who would call me and say, I'm going to jail. I just know I'm going to jail. Why are you going to jail? I don't know, but I just keep thinking I'm going to go. Why are you going to jail? Well, I don't know. I know I'm going to jail. And this just went on and on to the point where I was just getting a little bit, hey, this is getting ridiculous. I don't see where you're going to jail. I know I am, Zelda. And when I do, I'm going to call you up and I'm going to want a refund because you're wrong. Okay, go for it. I didn't hear from her for about 3 months. She called me and she said, Zelda, you're no psychic. I said, oh, really? Okay. However you feel. She goes, oh, yeah. She says, I said, well, where have you been? I've been in jail. I said, really? I said, well, what happened? She said, I was at the Dollar General store, which is like a discount store here for those of you who are out of the US. She said, I was at the Dollar General. I had my hands full of things. I had a box of hair color and I had this and this and this. And I paid for everything else. And I walked out to the car and I didn't pay for the hair color and I didn't pay for some whatever else. It was like $12. I said, but that kind of thing you can rectify if you go back in the store and say, oh my gosh, they can see that you didn't mean to. The manager, I'm sure, would have let you pay. So why did you go to jail? Well, they had to call the police. And I'm like, well, yeah, but don't they understand? Well, yes, but they accused me right on the spot of stealing, and I had no intention. And I got mad at them and told them off, and they grabbed my arm and I pulled my arm back and I said, oh, okay, so you got arrested for resisting arrest. You didn't get arrested for stealing. Well, I guess so. I said, okay, I get the whiff of what you're doing. I get a whiff of what you're doing. So we talked about this, and she said, well, I want a refund. I'm going to call your boss. And I said, you can. But what you have to realize is that you brought this on yourself. How did I bring it on myself? I told you wouldn't go to jail. And those police officers said all you had to do is pay for your stuff and you wouldn't go. I was right. It was you who wanted to make a big deal about it, and you spent 3 months in the hooskow. So who's wrong? Well, I guess you're right. So we have to take responsibility about our thoughts and not assume that the universe is going to think we need better, or we don't need better, or we don't, because I'm going to tell you, you get what you send out. If you tell the universe, you know what, universe, I'm about tired of you, and I have messed around with this for so long, and I'm not getting anything, and I'm just done, the universe is going to go, your wish is my command. Okay. But if you say, you know what, universe, it's not happening fast what I thought. So what do I need to do? What is it that I need to do? Why am I the reason that it's delaying? Send me a sign. What is it that I need to do? Do I need to clean up some stinking thinking that I'm having? Or do I need to not hang around with some people that I'm hanging around with? Because, when I get a blessing, it'll be taken from these people and I won't receive it. Because you know what? The universe will protect you. It'll give you signs of protection until so many times the universe goes, okay, find out the hard way. Just like, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. No, I'm going to jail. I just know I am. Because you do that kind of thing, the universe thinks, okay, you must want to go, because you keep thinking about it, you keep talking about it, and that's just the way it is. This is not a belief, it's not a religion, it's a lifestyle. And once you start manifesting things and you can keep it to yourself and you know that it works, you're going to see, oh, wow, the world really is my oyster. The universe is much better than Amazon could ever be. You set it, remember the old commercial, set it and forget it? That's exactly what this is. Set it and forget it. And you're going to love this, my darlings. You're going to love this. Because focusing for 17 seconds seems like it's nothing. But when you're really focusing and your mind starts, you'll know when your mind goes, woof, you have to bring it right back. You have to say, oh, no, okay, I'm focusing on that $1,000 in my bank account. Oh, I'm focusing on that house. Nope, I'm focusing on that beautiful car that I have sitting out in the driveway. Oh my gosh, I look so good in this car. You're going to have fun with it. Have fun with it. You don't have to be serious. I'll walk around the house and, it's kind of like my son will just disappear because he's like, okay, mom's on one of her things. But he always knows if we need something or if he needs something, that all I have to do is just turn it on. But many times you can see me walking around here going, you know what? I'm the one. I am the one that manifested $1,500 when I really needed. I am the one. I am the one that these people were going to call. And I do this because on the other side of the aisle, I help a particular corporation and foundation for arranging funding for humanitarian projects. So I am the one those people are going to call, that they're going to be so happy with me. They're not only going to give me one contract, they're going to give me two. I am the one. I am the one. I know this person is going to call me because it'll make him feel better. When you start getting like this, when you start going into Zelda mode, look out. You're going to start manifesting. When you can look and say, yeah, that person's going to call me because it'll make them feel better, then the universe goes, you know what? It'll make them feel better if they call you. I've done that where I have heard from people that I haven't heard from in a very, very long time. And I mean, seriously, where they'll call and they'll say, you know what? All of a sudden, I was thinking about you, Zelda. And I thought, you know what? I just would love to hear from her. That's how it works. So what happens? 17 seconds, you resonate on the same wavelength. You resonate on the same wavelength that your heart's desire is vibrating at. Now, how is that, Zelda? Well, look around. Everything that is here, it may look stationary to you, but there is a particular little device, almost like a tuning fork, that you can put up to this microphone, the keyboard, the monitor that I'm looking, the camera, my glasses. Same thing with you. The table, a pen, right? The mouse that I have here, and that's a computer mouse, not a real mouse. This bottle filled with water. And we can't forget Poe. And Poe all vibrate. I wish I could fix him so he could sit on my shoulder. That would be a gas, wouldn't it? They all vibrate at a different at a different rate. Some are slower than others. The higher the vibration, the higher you feel it. The lower the vibration, the more you manifest and things become solid. So when you use that 17 seconds, let's just say I wanted to manifest my table. My thinking and my thought wave matched the table. That's how it came into fruition. You see? So if I want to, in fact, I'm going to tell you this. For those of you who have ordered readings, my camera that I had been using, because I've been using it so much, I mean, I've done thousands of videos and then video readings for it just decided to say, Zelda, girl, we love you, but we are tired. And those videos that you made yesterday are still spinning and reeling because you know what? We just are tired uploading to your computer for this, or we're just tired, girl. It's time for another. I found the right camera that I wanted. I found it's going to, in fact, it's going to work perfect for EVPs and everything else. I get it tomorrow. But I had to put myself on that same vibration. And that's what I was talking about, Mrs. Marie. Because there were a few videos that I had done and I was vibrating and Manifesting a phone. All of a sudden, I got a payment on Venmo. And I said, oh, okay, that's my phone. That's what I'm doing. And I ordered it. And the funny thing is, I looked at the same phone yesterday on Amazon. It would have taken 3 days to get to me, and it was about $83 more. Today, when I ordered it, $83 less, and I'll have it tomorrow. You see, it's all about timing. It's all about that. And that's why we use that 17-second window, because that's all it takes to get started to vibrate on that frequency that you need of whatever it is, so you can manifest. That's what it is. All right. So I'm seeing in the chat, what about people? What about people? What about friends? What about family? What about? Well, thank you. You keep them in your mind. Now be careful. There's a fine line between manifesting and manipulating. Because if someone has made it, let's just say a partner, if someone has made it very clear to you that they're moving on and they don't want anything to do with you anymore, then you have to take into consideration, how far am I going to go with this? Family. You know what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to manifest family and people that are close to you. I'm talking about manifesting here just before. I'm talking about, be careful on the manipulation thing, because you don't. Well, hello. How are you? Here we go. It's storming out, my darlings. All right. So back to life, back to reality. There we are. We're back. There's a fine line between manifesting and manipulation. If you have your heart set on someone that is not yours, be careful. That's all I'm going to say. But family, friends, regardless of the situation, you can manifest them and say in your 17 seconds, it was so wonderful to see my family again. It is so wonderful to hug them and tell them how much I love them. It is so wonderful to hear them on the other end of the telephone. It is so wonderful. You have to speak as though they're there in the room, or that you've seen them, or any of those things. You just have to keep going. Now, oh my God. That's right. Don't be a Jen, right? Here, just a minute. I've got something I want to play for you. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Don't be a Jen. Yeah. Okay. So that's great. Okay, so here's what you do. This is the last thing. Here's what you do. You know, when we talk about asking, you ask, you believe, you receive. That's it. It doesn't say you ask, and then because you haven't had it 2 or 3 hours, You ask again, and then you get discouraged, and then you don't have it for, and then you ask again, and then you decide what in the heck is happening. You have to ask and know that the timing is going to be divine and perfect. Not in your timing, not in my timing. There have been things that have manifested like this for me. And then there's manifestations that have taken a while, a minute to get. But when you look back, you're going to say, oh, wow, that timing was perfect. Because I call it the God noun factor. God moves people, places, and things in line around you. Remember, it's not only you. So sometimes things that we want, just like my table, God in the universe and his infinite wisdom waited for me to go out and take the garbage that day. Otherwise, I wouldn't have my table. So it's all about perfect timing. It's all about just like my camera today, it's all about perfection, all about perfect timing. Everything. So be careful, ask one time. Knowing that during the course of your manifestation, and the stronger that you get and the more that you focus, it may not stay the same. And that's okay. Because as you grow manifesting, so maybe what you manifest will. So if you start out saying, okay, I want $1,000 in my bank account, and you're focusing and you're focusing and you're doing that, you're not asking. What you're doing is saying, I have $1,000 in my bank account. And you know what? The universe is so good to me. I actually have more than $1,000 in my bank account. And what you've got to get rid of, push out, how is this ever going to happen? Somebody asked me that the other day. I told him that I saw a large amount of money coming through. And she's like, how's that going to happen? Am I going to win the lottery? I don't know. Do you play the lottery? No. Well, then I guess it won't come from the lottery, will it? She called me 3 days later, Mrs. Marino, who knows who this is. And she said, oh my God, Zelda. Oh gosh, I almost did the voice. Oh my God, Zelda. She says, only she's not, she's out west. Oh my God, Zelda. You were right. I went to the bank and do some banking, and there was an account that I forgot about, and I had X amount of money in that account. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you forget what's your bank account and that you have X amount of money? Okay. That's what will happen. That's everything that will happen. So I'm inviting you, my darlings, you've got the link in the description, that 17-second guided timer that I have put out today for you is there for you. No ads will run through it. It's not monetized. It is for you so that you can manifest and that you can start bringing in your heart's desire, your dreams come true, your wish fulfilled. Because that's what it's all about. You got to have tools. And someday, when people look at you and they say, oh my God, how are you doing that? Did you get a raise at work? You can smile and say no. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. Don't talk about it. That will sink your little ship faster than anything. Why? Again, it's not illegal at all. It's just that people that don't understand will start, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? That doesn't work. Are you kidding me? You mean all you have to do is think and something will come through? Oh my gosh. Do you need help? Do you need an aspirin? Do you need a straight jacket? What is wrong with you? Blah blah blah. And you certainly don't need that in your life. In the meantime, keep busy. Keep busy. When I say keep busy, I mean keep busy writing down. Keep busy. I can't even tell you, I've gone through 3 of these notebooks already this year, and it's May. Keep writing down positive stuff. Today's a great day. Wow, I accomplished so much today. I did this and this and this. And now I'm prepared for tomorrow. And I'm going to be receiving this and this and this tomorrow. Pardon me. That's all you have to do. Because you know what, my darlings? You're going to have to be your best cheerleader. You're going to have to be able to look in the mirror and say, my gosh, you are quite stunning today. And mean it. Oh my gosh, is that you looking 10 years younger? Oh my gosh, you look great in a Benz. Oh my gosh. Imagine walking through that home of yours with a big fireplace, stone fireplace. Imagine what that'll look like at Christmas. I know. It sounds sort of kind of psycho, but you're not. You're conditioning yourself to get out of this funk that so many people are in, and it is disgusting to me that, unfortunately, through a lot of social media, they keep you down. Now, there are a lot of people out there. One was a client of mine, I think I told you about this before, who has a cooking show, and she would do the 1 week of struggle meals for $5. How to feed a family of 128 for $3.15 from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm exaggerating. People watch that and they think, oh my gosh, am I struggling? Or you start watching the 1,000-pound sisters. Now, I know there's a market for that, but if you are working on yourself and your self-image and you're working on all this, watch positive stuff. Don't watch the stuff, and I know people are there and they're there to help for a reason, but you're tender. You are tender right now, and you got to be really careful about what you watch, because you know what? I got to tell you, my darlings, garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. You cannot get clean water out of a dirty vessel. I'll say that again. You can't get clean water out of a dirty vessel. So if your favorite pastime is to walk by a mirror and avoid the mirror, or look in it and say, God, you are just disgusting. Why can't you do something with yourself? No. Would you do that with your best friend? Would you do that? Would you talk like that to someone that you love? Of course not. So don't do it to you. Because you know what? You are the one that you can love. Why? Because you have to depend on you. And when you depend on you, everything else comes together. Watch your words. I have to watch this one, falling into place. You don't want to fall into place. Imagine. Oh, well, there she is. She just fell into place. No. The pieces of this puzzle come together. Be careful. Don't say, you know what? That's just right up my alley. Well, my darling, do you live in an alley or do you live in an avenue? That's right up your avenue. Of course it is. Thank you very much. And you look stunning today. I know. Thank you. You get it together. You got to get it together. So my darlings, I want to thank you. And for those of you who are waiting for Seeing Crime in 15 minutes, I have redirected this chat. I don't know if it will, but, and for some reason, I'm not seeing the chat going. Are you there, my darlings? If you can hear me and you see me, put a 1 in the chat, because all of a sudden it slowed down. What happened? Did I lose you? Oh, goodness. I'm going to refresh my browser. Let me go. Here we go. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. 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 I won't do that. Good, good, good. Thank you, Amanda. Light up my life. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. I want you to know that you guys are stunning. And you know, you can change physically through the laws of attraction. I manifested cheekbones. I manifested a lot of things. You can do that. I have a young lady that, well, manifested the girls. Well, my darling Mima, you can see yourself in your mind. You don't need a mirror. Your mind is the best way to see. There you go. Listen, my darling SKD, you are. Remember, you are passing that exam. What are we talking about? Decide that you've already passed it now. Make a plan for what's going to happen after you pass it. Make a plan for what's going to happen after you pass it. Don't worry about the exam. Think about what you're going to be doing after you pass the exam. Bravo to you. Yes, my darling Colleen, I'm here. That's right, Groovy Cheryl. See it, believe it. It has happened. Own it. Absolutely. Wear it like you wear a trophy. Wear it like you wear a crown. That's all you have to do. You don't need the mirror. You don't need anything else. You know you. You know you better than you know anyone else. You know you. I'm fantastic. I'm here for a reason. I have that purpose. I know what that purpose is. And in the meantime, until the universe gives me another assignment, I'm happy doing what the universe wants me to do right now. I am the one. I am the one that people will call because it will make them feel better. That's all you have to say, my darlings. There you go. It's before you. Look at the vast universe. It's yours for the asking. You don't have to command. You just be kind. 17 seconds is all it will take. 17 seconds, my darling, is all it will take. And hello, Damika, my darling. Damika is a master manifester. So there you go, my darlings. There you go. Well, honey, you got to pull yourself out of that rut because nobody else will. And you've got to imagine yourself being pulled out of there by yourself. You know what? I accomplished this today. There are no more ruts around me. Because you know what happens when we get into a rut? It's no longer a rut. It starts becoming a moat. Get out of the moat. Get up to the drawbridge. One step at a time. Think of where you're going to be after the rut. Concentrate on after. Don't worry about that. The universe will take care of it. Concentrate on that, my darling. You're going to be all ready. There you go. SKD, absolutely. I'm trying to be happy with what I have, but I want more. You're not selfish. What's selfish about that? Of course you want more. We're human. How could we not have more? We're here to have this experience. Don't think you're so selfish. You're certainly not. You can have anything that you want as long as it's going to be reflected as doing the right thing. There you go. Well, thank you, Damika. And those braids are rocking, girl. They look good, too. My darlings, I'm going to prepare to go live with Seeing Crime. Today was a day in the courthouse, and I've got my snarky on, and I want to talk about the barbecue that happened today. And there we go. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe. If you have to watch this again, watch it again. If you have to share it with somebody that you love, I suggest that you do. Because this 17-second manifestation will work. It does work. It always works. Don't doubt. Don't believe. No. Know it. Know it. There you go. Dear V, people that do not want more, people that are stuck in an acceptance of their present situation, not willing to make changes that might be difficult so they can have a better future. Absolutely. There you go. There you go, my darlings. All is good. Little misfit, you can replay. I'm getting ready to go live in 9 minutes on Seeing Crime, so I'm going to take a quick break, get set up for the other. I don't know if it's going to transport you over there. If it doesn't, I've put a link in my community tab. And don't forget, the guided 17-second manifestation video is now yours. It is not monetized, so it's not going to interrupt you with, oh, look at what this and this. No, no, no. It's 3 minutes and 13 seconds. That's all you need per day. My darlings, wonderful. You've got this. Next time, next Monday, I want to hear how you're doing with all of this 17-second. And you know what? I may move this to 7 o'clock on Monday nights just because I know we've got a trial that we're watching and we've got other things. I don't know. I've got more people in here. So maybe that might be the thing to do. Let me know. Let me know. It's okay. I know exactly what you meant. I know exactly what you meant. There you go. So thank you so much for your generosity and giving me your time, because that means so much to me. All is well, my darlings. I love you. The universe is yours. And I want to wish you a most wonderful manifestation journey. Don't forget, join me at Seeing Crime. I've got the links on my community post. And if you get your notifications, you should have a notification by now. So I want to thank you again for being here. You guys are wonderful. And I will see you next door very soon. Bye for now, everyone.